board of directors of a major asset management firm received concerning news from one of their managers.
Come in, please.
Hello guys, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, I got an email and I think this is urgent. Yeah.
So who's the email from?
It's from Prospect Hire. I think you guys should read it.
The one we are meeting day after.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, thanks, Matthias.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, see you guys.
This seems interesting.
Do I sense a bit of sarcasm there?
You could say that. Well, okay, so I really expected it to be super professional. This person is so highly recommended and the profile is so amazing that I was really not expecting somebody to be a little superstitious, I would say. I mean, you expect someone to be more professional.
I mean, superstitious, I mean, no disrespect to her. It's her values, it's her beliefs. And I mean, it's not like she's some John Doe. She's not an entry-level employee we're looking at. She's pretty highly recommended. She'd be coming in at a senior level position. I think I think we should consider the concessions.
She doesn't want to work on Saturdays. I mean, the 40% of the work that we do is on the weekends. And somebody of her profile not being available on a Saturday is something which is not really a good idea for the company. I mean, we'd rather not have her than having her not actually do that chunk of work. It's 20% that she would not be working for.
You know, I agree with some of the parts you're saying. I mean, the traffic that we get on the weekends and stuff like that, but you also have to take into consideration, you know, the level at which she's coming in. And then take into consideration the other person, the other candidate for the job offer. You know, the gap is just too far.
Okay, but do you really think how it's going to affect on the employee morale? I mean, we saw how Matia just reacted. I mean, there would be more employees who would not be really happy about us giving some exceptional treatment to someone.
Fair enough. Well, you know what? Let's grab some lunch. Let's discuss it over lunch. Okay? How's that sound? Sounds good.
Meanwhile, the prospective hire is at home with her husband to discuss her potential new role.
So honey, remember that I had my first job interview today?
Yeah, I did. How'd it go?
It actually went super well. I like the company, everyone's nice, but they want me to work on Saturdays, and also they said I can travel 2 weeks out of a month.
Okay, well, I'll honestly, the working on Saturdays is not an issue for me, but working 2 weeks, that's a huge issue, because I mean, you have to realize that's time away from the family. That's time away from us.
But why do you mean like
kids.
working Saturday is not an issue? That's a big issue for me because you know how my family raised me and it was very traditional. So I really cannot. I cannot work on Saturdays. That's not possible for me.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's better family time, right? So if you could do your best to keep it till no more than a week and keeping your Saturdays, that'd be good.
A few days later, the board of directors and the prospective hire discussed the terms of her employment contract.
Nice having you again here, Alex, and we need to wrap up the terms of your employment today and hopefully sign the final contract with you. However, we have some concerns regarding the email that we received from you regarding not working on Saturdays. So let's see what we can do about that.
Yeah, I think that's necessary.
So as I already stated in my email, I'm a very professional person, but at the same time I'm also very traditional. So I cannot make any compromise on my values.
You know, even in my religion, I'm not ideally allowed to be working on Saturdays, but I'm doing it because there's a point in every person's career when they have to choose between your beliefs, your personal life and your professional life, and maybe this is the point for you to actually...
But wait, Adbha, you know, we respect all of our employees, and I think we can come to a common ground here and work it out so we can both be happy with our concessions.
So maybe you could work extra hours during the rest of the days as to compensate on the Saturday?
I don't think that that's a possibility because I have a young family at home and I have to take care of them. But I have another idea. I can train Matthias, who is very ambitious and also a budding manager, and he can take over my work on Saturdays. And if there's any emergency or any issues that he has, he can give me a call, I will be available, and I can give him advice for that. And in the end, I think this will be a win-win situation for both of us.
I like both of your ideas. I think we can make a combination. So how about she trains Matthias? I think that's a great idea. But unfortunately, you're gonna have to take a pay cut because you just won't be in office to work on those days. And that'll give you time to be home with your family, and you can train Matthias at the same time. So I think we have a deal.
Congratulations.
Thank you.